draft here for game number 1. Qiao will start on blue, IG will start on red, and Fiora Azir. Standard bans now.
Yeah.
Are the first two.
It's hard to believe you're saying it out loud until it actually comes out of your mouth, but the Fiora is no surprise. Zatai really sort of revolutionizing that Essence Reaver style that just sustains so well. I'd be really, really surprised to see that and actually end up making it through in any of these games, considering how popular it is.
Yeah, so banned away as well, so pretty consistently banned away from Rookie. That's 2 mid lane champions banned out in the first 3, so pool's going to get reduced a bit. There's actually a Nidalee ban on the IG side. We remember this the last time these two teams played in the best of 5. Nidalee featured heavily.
Yes, we do. There is a couple of other champions that still remain. Skarner, Gangplank.
Yeah.
All need to be considered here. Xiaogu, they've got the first pick, but doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to get all of the strong champions that they're looking for, just the one that they preference over everything else. Now, Xiaogu seem like they don't want to play much Kalista, so I'm surprised they don't ban that one away themselves, deny it from maybe Kid and Kitties. They need to respect that, because Kid isn't a huge carry, but when he gets Kalista, he is.
Yeah, certainly is. Kalista's just such a great champion as Twisted Fate, and the Kalista are actually banned from IG, so respecting the power of the pick over on the red side, and Xiaogu, they're going to consider what do they want for first pick, and Lulu or Gangplank have to be the first two that jump to mind.
That's the tricky question. How do you take the Lulu when the Gangplank's available? Gangplank is so strong.
Because it's Invictus Gaming. If you give them Lulu, you're looking to lose the game. It's a really risky decision. Rookie has a lot of champions, so they don't need to early pick the Lulu themselves. But if Xiaogu, they go for a Gangplank, I wouldn't be surprised if they pick that one up.
Zatai can play it as well, I guess is the other thing. Kitties could if you wanted to, but it's probably not that good of a support. But there is plenty of flexibility on the IG side. Again, we talked about it as their big strength. And if Rookie's Lulu was the most impressive of this regional qualifier, I honestly think Doinbees has been the second most impressive. They've looked very close in skill on that champion. It seems like that's what Qiao are going to take, and they do.
Yeah, Doinbees Lulu is not to be scoffed at either. We saw him play it in the last set against Snake, and to great success when it was banned away in 2 games, and then picked in, I believe, the second rotation for that last one. So really, really powerful champion for him, and when he can't get Victor, he falls back to, you know, sort of that support style so we can help out Swift.
But that's the interesting thing, is that Victor's available.
Yep, and V has played Lulu.
V has played Lulu. So the question then comes to what Xiaogu actually want to do as their team comp. Can Lulu deal with anything that is about to be brought out in the top lane?
Yeah.
Or will it just reign supreme? And that's a great pick from
Yep,
Invictus.
there's Brom, first pick for IG. Been pretty standard as a strong early pick for a lot of teams, even first picked on blue side every now and again. And about 10 seconds left for IG to make sure they lock in this last pick. They've thought about Elise. Swift and Qiao both played a lot of that champion in this particular qualifying. With Nidalee bound away, the options do dwindle slightly, but Qiao going to take Skarner for the first time.
Yeah, with his coach and analyst over his shoulder, he decides to lock in that Skarner. And we saw yesterday, this Skarner was one of the main reasons that IG ended up not taking that second world spot, learning from those past mistakes in this game as they look to lock it in for their second pick.
This leaves open the Elise, though, for Swift if he would like it. Has shown a lot of competency on that champion, and to great success has played that. Of course, the Skarner being picked, I guess Invictus Gaming, they've learnt from their losses. They've taken it into their stride, and now they've picked up the Skarner for themselves. But we'll see if Qiao can actually use it to great effect, or if it's just denying it from Swift.
Well, a quick note as well, this is a hotfix 5.16. I think we made that mistake yesterday. So Skarner is good, but not nearly as good as he was on release in that patch. So still a strong champion, very unique. Feels a little bit like Warwick in some instances where he's got a powerful single target ult. He's very tanky, which is rare for a jungler, so it's cool to see him back. But Alistar Kog'Maw, Qiao going to stick to what they know.
Yeah, again, it's the self-sufficient AD carry on Kog'Maw. And you might think, wait, Kog'Maw, self-sufficient? Well, the way TNT plays it is, you know, going for the Trinity Force, kiting around as best he can, and then just watch TCT in this next set. The fact that I just, in my head, I'm trying to imagine how many multi-man pulverized combos he's going to land, but I can't even fathom.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
If you guys missed this game.
It's self-sufficient, and I don't mind the Kog'Maw, but this early in the rotation, picking Kog'Maw when Zatai has not picked his champion, is looking for an Olaf to just run at you.
Yeah.
And so they've got the Lulu, so they smartly do pick the Kog'Maw for the purpose of having that combo. and it makes a lot of sense that they have gone for that. I'm surprised Rookie didn't go for the Echo, honestly, and just try and assassinate people.
I think so too. He actually takes Victor now as the champion along with Ash. So IG, again, sticking to a lot of what they've played recently. It's the tie that will get last pick by the looks of things, and I guess they're just afraid of what you mentioned earlier. Don't want to see that Lulu flex pick and have Doinby also get the Victor.
It's also about the deny, because you don't know where that Lulu is going. V could take it. Doinby still has an opportunity to get that Victor, but they let it slip through for another round. So Rookie denying the Victor for Doinby means likely we're going to see that Lulu in the mid lane, which leaves V to counterpick into what we can only assume is an Olaf. You know, Zatai has played it before.
Gragas and Gangplank should be...
Oh, Gangplank.
Oh, and Gangplank. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Be pretty good in this team comp. There is Gangplank.
Yep, there it is.
Was that Gragas too? There it is. Zone controller plenty now for Xiao as they complete a very strong-looking team comp here. And Swifty didn't go for the Elise. He did go for more of that team fighting, supplementing that team with the Gragas pick.
Yeah, to build on that a little bit further, we mentioned post-hotfix means Darius is actually a lot stronger than pre-hotfix, whereas Skarner's a little bit weaker. But if they lock this in, Zatai is just the manliest human being.
What a matchup.
Almost Amazing J levels.
Yeah, Amazing J did bust it out yesterday. Darius into Fiora was his matchup, and with a bit of help from Clearlove.
I think Olaf's the better option, though.
Was the thing. Yeah, we've seen a lot of success for Olaf. I mean, Flandre showed it up in the Gangplank matchup already. V's seen that one before. Didn't really like it from what we could tell.
That's the big concern with the Olaf, and I think you said it best, Rusty. If you miss that initial axe, you're not going to catch the person.
Oh, Zatai. He wants a counter pick. This was a classic one. He does lock it in. Zatai is playing Riven.
Time to go. Riven into the Gangplank. It's not ideal. It's actually a fairly good lane early laning phase. You start to worry from there on out. Level 7 and 13 are the levels where Gangplank's kegs duration go down a lot. It's where it starts to get scary for a Riven, but if you can get a team out, you can get through. It's fine. Really risky, though, if you take a single keg.
Yeah, and I always juggle pressure.
They could do exactly this.
Or just swap them. That's awesome. I mean, they could... I don't know. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to see what happens, because that flexibility is beyond almost anything we've seen from a team.
It's like Snake Diana levels.
Yeah, except more awesome.
Is it viable?
I don't know. But I mean, Doinby had to have played Gangplank mid before. Yeah. He's Doinby. He plays just about everything.
Plays Nautilus, man.
Yeah, we'll see what they're going to be doing. Looks like they are going to be sticking with the Lulu top and Gangplank mid. We're preparing to get into game number 1 of this last best of 5 to determine who's going to play. And running through the roster in the top lane, it's V and Zatai on Gangplank. Wait, no, that's not.
Pretty sure he's playing Lulu.
He's Lulu, yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait till we get into the game to confirm. I'm pretty sure he's playing Lulu. But here's the juggle matchup. Gragas versus Skarner is going to be our expected matchup there. And Doinby on, again, either Lulu or Gangplank. Not too sure just yet. Yeah, they have swapped them back up. And TNT on Kog'Maw versus Kids Ash, with, I believe, Braum and Alistar joining in for Ash and Kog'Maw respectively. So, again, bottom lane especially, we highlighted it already. Pretty standard stuff for those guys.
Yeah, it looks to be an exciting set. Worlds is on the line.
It certainly is his. This is a very creative draft from both sides here. And with that, let's get ourselves onto the rift for game number 1. And we load ourselves back onto the rift. And you can see Zatai's Riven. It's a nice counter pick. But the double flex pick has come out. And that is V on Lulu with Doinby on the teleport Gangplank. The Xiao huge zone control team to help this little Kog'Maw out. We've seen this a little bit from them before. It is a really potent team fighting team.
Yeah, certainly is. They've got the Gangplank to boot now as well. The zone control that can be brought out. EDG mentioned this about loving Lulu for the purpose that you can pick people off. Well, if you can glitter lance somebody, that is all the time in the world for a Gangplank to set up his kegs and crit your face off.
And we've seen a lot of faces being crit off in the regional qualifier for LPL, as they are going to line up into possibly standard lanes. V is hanging about on the top side. Zatai's actually snuck in already. There he is. Going to get aggressive on the V. Starts that shield. Slaps are going to come down, but Zatai going to eat some auto attacks back. And this matchup, I don't know exactly how good or bad it is, but it's much better for Lulu than it might have been for Gangplank, I think.
Yeah, very early. It's always level 3 for Riven where you start to find your strength. And Zatai's also started with Q, so you would imagine would start at a jungle camp. I would be very surprised if he didn't, because you don't start Doran's Blade and Q if you're looking to lane. I'll put it that way.
Well, he's leaving the lane and going in towards the jungle, so Rusty looks to be right.
There is a swap occurring right now. Kid and Kitties are on the top side of the map. They do want to unlock that Braum, hopefully. Zatai should be having a little bit of fun against the duo of TNT and TCT, while V looks to double jungle with Swift for just a bit, and Spooky Gangplank.
Yes, Spooky's the best.
So spooky. As the Krugs are going to get started here, looks like they'll give experience over. TCT coming back and take up some of the hits now. And Zatai's just jungling. Oh, Swift does get it, but Kitties has gone quite aggressive. V, they're going to get in there as well. Just puts the auto attacks down, and Kitties is forced away. He's trying to be real annoying around that blue buff.
Forced away till further notice, we'll say. He's still going to be a pest. He's just going to hang around. Rookie doing really well in this middle lane right now. Keep in mind he's against the Flask of Doinby, so these repeated trades actually favor the Gangplank, especially if you get removed Scurvy level 2 or 3 to just add towards that trade bonus, as Flask gives mana as well as health.
Yeah, level 2 quickly picked up by Doinby. He's going to be trading it right back. The shield actually blocking that one nice and cleanly. And there's the removed Scurvy level 2.
Good, like Rusty said, plenty of sustain there. We've seen a lot of Flask from Doinby in this tournament. Actually seems to be something that he's liking a lot of, but you can kind of tell trading nice and aggressively here early on, but Rookie, he'll be just fine here. He's playing Victor. Doinby certainly knows the power of that champion. He's going to eat some harass here. Remember, Gangplank, for most intents and purposes, is still melee.
Yeah, well, for all intents and purposes, he is melee. He just has the gun that he shoots sometimes. But that's the interesting debate about Gangplank in lane, is do you use your Q to harass, or do you use your Q to get extra gold on last hits? It's always a big question mark as to what you want to do. It's similar to Veigar. If you've ever seen a Veigar play mid lane, they never know where the Q wants to go.
Can't go everywhere, sadly.
No, it has to be one of the two. That's the problem.
So we are seeing some vertical jungling happening right about now. Swift and V are going to start with the Scuttle Crab as IG's jungle and top laner look to do the same on Qiao and Zatai, and then we should see them go for a bit of a deep invade as the duo lanes get some alone time with the turrets. So all in all, it is a slow start to this early set.
Kid Kitty's been able to just do something you don't usually see from Ash Brawl, but that's pushed down relatively quickly. Swift going to get some more Gromp as Doinby now finally has some kegs. Actually had 2 points in the parlay early on. Going to keep these minion wave here, and again keep killing the minions here. He tried the harass early on, had the Flask against Rookie, but going to sort of dial things back down here as Rookie's doing what Rookie does best, trying to keep the lane nice and aggressively forward.
Well, looks like we might be seeing a dive as Qiao looks to find Doinby. He flashes under the barrel. The stun locks him out, but it's not quite enough.
Ooh, that keg, if it had hit, I might have seen a flash. Well, he couldn't flash, unfortunately. Might have seen a kill, though, onto Zatai. He does throw him down. He didn't need to use the teleport, but very aggressive from Invictus Gaming.
Speaking of teleport, of course, Doinby has his own, so he's actually not going to lose a whole lot from this. He saved his removed Scurvy during that gank for the latest possible moment. It does work with missing health, and if the stun wasn't going to kill him, then it didn't really matter. But of course, he used his flash, got to safety, and now has no summoner spells available. So if Invictus Gaming wants to come back, it's a lot easier to kill him.
Yeah, really tricky situation. You can see the difference in the choices these two teams have made in that turret that was just taken. Xiaogu, clear out that bottom tier 1. Looks like Kid tries to answer on the far side. He's got half a minion wave. Yeah, he should be able to get this down.
Yep, tower is going to fall here. Bottom side does go down for IG, though, as Xiaogu able to pick up some early gold there, but we'll just be trading back and forth. Pretty normal in your lane swap situation. It's just a matter of where do you go next. Are they going to keep those lanes now and move them back into standard, or we're going to keep trying to push down some turrets? Right now it seems like V back in the top lane, so really hanging out.
So Xiaogu, they've put their top laner in their top lane now, and this is because the dragon is still available. It hasn't actually been taken this early in the game. So the duo lane of Xiaogu, they go back to that bottom lane again, so they've got strengthening numbers, and it forces the bottom lane of Invictus Gaming to respond to that. It also forces standard lanes, and having a Sheen against an Avarice Blade, you would say favors the Kog'Maw quite heavily.
I certainly think so. There's been a lot of Avarice plays this tournament as well, mainly due to the Gangplank. As you can see, Doinby also has his completed up now as well. And Zatai finally gets a standard lane, but a couple levels here going to help out V a bit. See if we can keep safe here against Zatai. He's got double longsword, now level 4. Just the double Dorans there for V.
Yeah, but I think the important thing is that right now Zatai isn't snowballing, which is great, really good for Xiaogu considering last time he got the champion.
Very ahead in experience though, so the level 6 spike for Zatai on this ribbon will be beneficial to his laning phase. He'll actually probably have a lot of control of this lane as Lulu hasn't been able to reset the minions under the turret. So doing well here Zatai, of course delayed in his power spike, which is very important. Lulu's always going to be relevant at level 6.
That was a huge amount of damage by Rookie, by the way. So really smart trade. Has gone back, has the early Hex Core upgrade. You can see Doinby going to put down some kegs, try and get the trade down. But nice move there from Rookie, I think, taking out that keg. Breaks that chain there.
Gangplank also queued it at 2 health.
Up, rip. Every time.
Every time I'm watching.
Well, I'm sure Doinby's going to be landing some more chains later on. The game is young, gentlemen.
It certainly is.
And who knows, we might even see the double IEGP.
I hope so. That's so sweet. It is good.
It is. It's absolutely terrifying when you use a single barrel to deal 4,000.
Hey, last time I had this discussion, nice attempt there on the blue. Qiao just going to wait it out though. Right, moves it just out of the ulti range as Rookie's going to get it. But I feel like everyone we've seen play Gangplank, and again, Gangplank has really only started picking up in 5.15 and I guess 5.16 as a result as well. And it just feels like everyone we see play Gangplank is not strictly learning the champion as they play, but they definitely seem to improve as they sort of warm up and get the kegs and the mechanics down. Because Gangplank is just such a unique champion now in the way he works. Very flavorful, but very different.
Again, going to be missing the barrel combo in this set. Hopefully he'll get a chance to learn it a little bit more.
It's also awareness of what Gangplank does as a champion, right? The people who verse Gangplank, look at the EDG game from Invictus Gaming. Nobody hit the keg that almost killed 3 of them in a single keg. It was there, ready to be hit, but no one touched it. So very aware now of what Gangplank does from both sides of the spectrum and all learning together. Yeah,
you've got to learn quickly, but if you haven't learned by now, Regionals have certainly been a pretty literal trial by fire when it comes to learning GP as Zatai getting aggressive still. Don't be putting some kegs defensively down. Good break there by Rookie, actually manages to take one out. Prevents that chain from clearing all the creeps. He's going to go for this one as well. Maybe no, just a big laser. And Doinby, we've seen this a bit. Gangplank, he's pretty good at wave clear, but he can struggle a bit in the early lane.
But look at the trade-off that these two teams are making. You know, it's the duo of Xiaogu right now that are shoved super far forward. And IG and Answer, they've got Zatai shoving forward. He's got a 27 CS lead as he pushed it forward. Even Qiao was on that side if V overextended.
Just a bit of trouble there for V. We'll have to see if he catches up. Lulu pretty good as far as low econ stuff goes, but V, we've seen him a bit on Lulu. Just Lulu in a lane swap tends to fall behind, so we'll see if he can still get some stuff done early on with a lack of farm. Doinby forced back now by Rookie, who's again been playing the lane so aggressively, and nobody is ganking Rookie, I've noticed. They're just respecting his ability, I guess Qiao's pressure.
They can't gank him right now. Qiao has been postured around that middle lane. He hasn't directly ganked himself, and this is something we've seen from a lot of Skarners, is just presence. The fact that he can, when level 6, doesn't even need to use the ultimate, but he can use it if you get close to him, is indicative of a very strong jungle champion right now. Qiao using it for that exact purpose, and TNT now covering that middle lane as bottom has been effectively frozen by Invictus Gaming, not for a prolonged period of time, and that's also why Xiaogu's bot lane were pushed up so far inside the area of Invictus Gaming's map. It's just try and prevent a freeze, and the same thing goes for Zatai. Didn't work though.
Did not, at least as Kitty's going to take that crystal. Might be Dragon on the cards actually for IG. As they're going to move themselves around the area. First early items being completed, but nothing major just yet. We'll have a quick tally as Zatai Brutalizer. Cinder up there for Qiao. And then actually 2 Mark 2 Hex Core now for Rookie. And that's still that average played for Kid, who's been banking a lot of money. So you got to look across the teams. You see good scaling for both sides. Good team fight there as well. But they do need to get that gold in early. And it's been a very quiet first 11 minutes of this game.
It definitely has. Finally, Xiaogu are going to get a chance to get some gold back in this bottom lane. As you mentioned, Kid, still sitting on that Avarice Blade. If the fight were to break out right now, he wouldn't be contributing too much in terms of combat stats, whereas TNT, on the other hand, he's got some damage. Qiao going real aggressive over here. Just being a menace.
Yeah, just being a menace. He's just keeping pressure there. He's letting Swift know that he's got his number. Be able to stop him at any time that he tries to gank. So he's keeping tabs on where Xiaogu are at all times. Rookie's winning his lane. Zatai is winning his lane. So as long as they keep tabs on Swift, everything's going great for Invictus Gaming.
I think Xiaogu are probably pretty happy as well. I've seen them, you know, not get too aggressive unless Swift is going off on something like Nidalee in the early game. Just going to again stick down. Nice little chain there. Does not hit Rookie though. Actually going to have to use the oranges. Does remove Scurvy.
He's being destroyed.
Nice gravity field.
It's so hard to lane against Rookie when he's shoving so aggressively. Doinby time and time again tries to set up the combo, but you just saw, even though he landed the combo with the 3 barrels, it activated just a bit too slowly, and Rookie, playing at the top of his game, easily sidesteps it.
Well, Qiao continuing to apply pressure. Kitties as well. Going to get some vision with that crystal, and they're going to move in for this dragon. They know they've effectively forced Doinby off in his lane. Xiaogu just don't have the tools to fight just yet here in Invictus Gaming. Going to take this first dragon, and pretty smart back there for Kid as well. Did make sure he went back in case they had to fight, but no contest going to be here for Xiaogu. And the first objective is going to go to Invictus.
Pick up the first dragon, of course. No way to contest. Doinby has been confined to his own turret. If he ever goes near Rookie and looks at him funny, he loses a trade. Unfortunately, as I say that, the laser doesn't connect and I look wrong. But you've seen the past 10 minutes prior. So having a rough time. As Gangplank actually holds top lane.
Is he farming V's lane?
Yep.
Interesting. Effective.
Is it?
Depends on what your goals are. If you want him to farm, yes. If you don't want to annoy your teammates, maybe not. Swift though, going to steal that blue. Nice takeaway from Rookie.
Big. Very big. They take that from Rookie, who is going for his Hex Core upgrade before everything else. Doesn't have the mana pool to sustain, whereas Gangplank is a relatively low mana-intensive champion and will be able to sustain that lane with just the flask perfectly fine.
Doinby now stealing away the Raptor camp from Qiao, just trying to be as much a menace as possible. And Xiaogu seems like they've come to life in these past 30 seconds with the double invades on both sides. Now 3 members in the mid lane. Rookie with low mana's got to be careful.
Seems like they're really sick of that freeze in the bottom lane as the dual lane moves back towards mid, but pretty short-lived. Victor will return. Can't really push against that guy. As Doinby's going to hit his barrel and run away. All these sieges, it's not a bad comp for QG to do it with, but just don't, again, quite have the items just yet. Invictus Gaming, more than happy to be patient.
Keep in mind that because they stole away the blue buff from Rookie, if they were to prolong that trade or prolong that siege, it would have actually favored them because of a forced recall from the Victor. In saying that, they don't continue the siege. They just reset back to, I'm not going to call it standard, they put their bot lane top to get the outer turret. There's no more dragon to take, so a very smart decision from Xiaogu. But back to farm.
Yeah, this is a really much needed opportunity for V to try catching up in CS. He's got a wave frozen now at the bottom, and Kitty's heading on down there with Zatai. Hopefully they'll be able to break that siege and sort of cement the advantage that Zatai has for now. But V, you can already see he's starting to catch up creep by creep, and oh, it does bounce back. Yeah, that's kind of bad.
Yeah. Zatai going to scoop up those creeps, and poor V is going to have to wander back towards the jungle and be safe under that turret. Working on a Rod of Aid is going to be quite late at this point in that particular build, but the Trinity Forces are up for Xiaogu. Going to have a few more tools at least for Gangplank and Cogmore if they want to contest. But that next dragon, as Rookie does a nice job stealing away the red buff.
Rookie does really well there, and you're right, the Trinity Forces are online. They're just missing the Rod of Ages for their top laner. But all things considered, if they want to fight something, they've got a lot of strength in 2 of their 3 lanes. Actually, the Rod's done.
Yep, just finished then. So not missing anything at all. Just needs a bit more time to farm up. But you said it already. No objectives really to farm up. The teams are going to be patient here in IG. They have a lead, but it's very slim. That's 600 gold between the 2 sides. So we'll see where they go next. And they try and break down some more towers and grow that lead before the next dragon fight comes up.
Zatai continuing to shove in this bottom lane. As you mentioned, the Rod of Ages finally finished for V. Is going to start stacking some much-needed combat stats on that Lulu. And Doinby and Rookie doing the dance.
He manages to crit on the minion that he couldn't have killed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good player.
Great player. Really strong play right there from Doinby. But yeah, the Gangplank is struggling in this middle lane. The bot lane right now is not ever going to get frozen. Zatai just wants to push it in constantly. And Xiaogu is spending more time playing the map at the moment, whereas Invictus Gaming are just playing the lanes. That's the biggest difference.
And this is honestly how we saw IG play against Xiaogu yesterday. As we do actually have a scuffle, never mind. Qiao coming up, TCT is about to get stunned. The ult's good there. Alsto's trying to get out, but Swift's coming up as well. Kitty's, he's going to pop the ulti out as the Ty's going to make it down. He'll pop the ulti, get a good stun in there as well. Huge wind slash out of Swift. Going to now tank Qiao's ulti after Kid's arrow, and first blood does go to Ash. Doinby about to eat the Brawl passive there, but he does get Skarner. Flashes forward, gets another onto Ash, but the Ty cleaning house now as TNT going to get taken out by Rookie. And that's 3 for 1 with TCT about to make it more. He'll die as well, and that's 4 for 2.
V honestly did not have much of an impact in that fight. He gets out with full health and basically full mana. All he was there for was to use that ultimate on Swift on that Gragas and watch him get pulled away from his team by Skarner. That was really unfortunate stuff for Xiaogu, and really well played again from Invictus. The teleport was huge for them. Zatai comes in, connects with the stun, and try as TCT might to get something going for them. He really did try. It just didn't work out that well.
He really did, but IG came through with the clean target selection. All right, Alistar's overextended, we'll punish him. Okay, he's backed away, switch to Gragas. Gragas is away, well now we'll switch over to the Gangplank who's in the middle of this fight. One by one, methodically, IG move from member to member and bring them down. Xiaogu, on the other hand, can't bring down a single person from IG.
Couldn't do it there as Dragon's up soon in about 35 seconds. IG, after that little exchange, got themselves first blood and about 2,000 gold up as far as gold leads go. It's not too bad. It's a slim lead, but 18 minutes in, you'll certainly take it at this point as Rookie goes back and actually finishes a Rylai's. IG prepping to fight here, but again, those two Trinity Forces hanging out. About 20 seconds left. We'll have to see what IG decide to do.
Yeah, that was a fight in the top lane that in terms of their immediate items should have probably favored Xiaogu because they had the two Trinity Forces. The Rod of Ages was there. Gragas and Alistar don't need their items to be relevant. All they're missing is the Aegis, perhaps, to give some tankiness to the rest of the team. Doinby does get a double kill and a Ghost Blade right now for this second fight. He has straight away bought a mid-game efficient item because he's the one with 2 kills for his team. So another smart decision. We'll see if it actually has an impact, though. The Dragon's up, it's ready to be taken, and Invictus Gaming are the ones with the control.
Yeah, they're in the pit right now, shredding through the Dragon's health, and while Xiaogu are close, they're in no position to contest it. Qiao secures Dragon number 1 for Invictus Gaming.
Dragon number 2, actually.
Number 2, number 2.
Yeah, got 1 and 2.
Oh my gosh.
IG able to keep that snowball starting. Oh, good crit there. Gets onto Rookie with a bit of keg action. Kid, ulti out. Who's good looking for? It's TNT, but he's got pulled away by Qiao. TNT, though, about to get stunned. Good headbutt there by TCT to protect him, and TNT's actually going to kill Kitties. Now the ulti's out. Qiao's going to die as well. Cogmore, he's getting the double as Rookie, comes down on the Victor. Swift will get stunned, but well played, Xiaogu.
They managed to get 2 picks, which is massive. They should have fought for the Dragon, but they weren't there in time to contest it. So they lose that objective for nothing. And then out of nowhere, they make these 2 picks that should not have happened. And it was a bit of a mistake from Invictus Gaming in positioning. Ash doesn't connect with the arrow, but Skarner tries to make that effective pick. And they turn that back around. The numbers got there sooner for Xiaogu.
Yeah, this evens it right back up in gold. You can see barely 700 separating these two teams. 20 minutes into the game. This is a close match of League of Legends, and nobody wants to take any chances. Worlds is on the line. This is game 1. This will build or break your momentum.
Certainly will. IG have just been playing so well. A setback against EDG yesterday, but certainly have to commend them for their play. They've managed to find a lead in this game, but QG with a nice little exchange have brought it back to about 1,500 gold instead. So lead is shrinking back down. Xiaogu are getting stronger. Gangplank in particular is finding his stride, and TNT, fearing that Skarner, goes a very early QSS after that map setup.
Yeah, that couldn't have been much earlier. That's a lot of respect right there. And honestly, I like it because Gangplank's not the ideal target. Lulu can use the ultimate if they survive. And I think the best part about the Lulu pick in particular is not only does it deny the synergy with Skarner, which is honestly the reason why they picked it, is they denied the Skarner from Xiaogu, but it denies that combo, and it also can be used to deny the person that is hooked in. If it's not a carry, they'll live through the Skarner ultimate duration and then get a Lulu wild growth and still be tanked.
Looks to be a scary combination from Qiao if they can't quite pull it off, but they're going to have to survive rookies Victor, Kids Ash, and Zatai's Riven, who has now completed a Black Cleaver on top of that Brutalizer. That is a lot of damage IG are going to be dishing out. Qiao, they're going to have to find a way to survive it.
Yeah, Riven causing problems now. Zatai still with a pretty big CS lead in that lane as well, at about 25 up. V has done a good job bringing that back down, as it was getting a little bit out of hand in the earlier stages, but again, Qiao more than happy to fight. They'll wait things out. After 2 Dragons, they probably have to contest for number 3 or risk that really snowballing out of control. But by the time that next Dragon rolls around, or even the first Baron fight, you have to think Qiao are going to be well equipped to start fighting for it. Because again, they're building up their items, they're starting to get stronger. We might have a big 5v5 really open up this game, because that's been the thing. We've had a couple of tussles, but just no definitive lead yet.
Yeah, well, take a look at the vision right now. You're asking about definitive lead. Well, Invictus Gaming have vision over just about everything. 4 pink wards spread out all across the river. They will know exactly where Swift is when he shows up. They've got wards being dropped left, right, and center, whereas Qiao, they're all defensive wards for V, trying to keep himself safe. So it's a tricky situation that Qiao put themselves in playing without this much vision, especially when they're the ones playing the map, playing this macro style.
Yes and no.
Okay.
The vision is neutral, so it's not going to be an outright offensive spot that will spot Swift every single time.
Okay.
And because the vision of Qiao is defensive, they can control their own jungle. And without a turret still remaining for Invictus Gaming, the vision that Qiao have got is almost neutral. They'll spot Swift, but by the time they actually spot him, it'll be at a point where he's able to engage on you.
And I think all of that discussion about vision is great, but it really highlights to me, again, how IG managed to beat QG yesterday. Contain Doinby, contain Swift, and that's exactly what they've done. Rookie constantly pushing mid lane this game, just keeping Gangplank down. Not out, like he's not getting hammered in lane, he's not having a fun time, but he's at least keeping up in CS, but Rookie's making sure he stays there. If anyone gets to move first, it's him that gets to go. And the same with Qiao. He hasn't been aggressive for the gank. He's just weaved in and out of the lane, adding presence, kind of checking things out. And all that shallow neutral vision plays into IG's game plan of, we think we can beat you as long as we slow you down.
Well, the big concern is there's a Kog'Maw, a Gangplank, and a Lulu. That's going to keep those 2 alive. If you let it get late enough, Kog'Maw is going to kill anyone, regardless of how tanky they are. Qiao is a team that excel at late-game team fights. They somehow miraculously make comebacks time and time again. And IG, by waiting like this, create a dangerous situation for themselves.
That must be the Dragon fight. Then we'll have to look for 40 seconds until that's going to be back up. And like I said, QG, you're going to have to start thinking about contesting this time. Can't really let them get 3 in a row as Swift gets stunned up by a nice Victor. Gravity Field's going to eat a laser for his trouble there as well. He's either gone back, made a few other purchases, but Zatai's going to go back now, get himself a pickaxe to add in for what's a possible last whisper. And the kegs are being set up. The damage isn't bad from Doinby.
Wow, that's a lot of damage being done. Kitty's chunked out by 1 crit and a Kog'Maw ultimate. Has to back away for now, and he's actually recalled. I
feel like IG have seen this before.
Yeah. Damn.
Gangplank, man.
That
Gangplank's
was
great.
a lot of damage. And from 1 barrel alone, Kitties has to recall. The control of the Dragon Pit is gone.
And that's great. That's exactly what QG need, although IG might be setting themselves up to fight here.
They are.
Not just yet. Going to clear out vision first instead. Better safe than sorry. The tie very intelligently kills that keg there as well. And looks like Lulu has gone back, and Morello Nomicon finished up for V, so he is fight ready. His kid's also chugging down those minion waves with his 2 items prepared. For QG, they already know they are going to have to fight here.
V's recall timing there was questionable. He went back, he got a big item for him. He's got Morello's now, which is massive for Lulu. But he could have been pressuring that top lane with his teleport. Instead, he stays. He walks down, doesn't use the teleport, which means they're committing to a fight here.
Yeah, this Dragon has been started by IG, already down to below half health. Qiao is in position. There is the Gangplank ult used. Barrel separates the team, but IG are still keeping themselves together. There's the flash knockup. Rookie is tossed in. He's forced to flash out of it. The Dragon has been completely forgotten as they pick up 1 kill. TCT goes down. The AoE is huge as Rookie obliterates another 2. That's Doinby and Swift gone. TNT running for his life. Self-sustain is not enough. He goes down to IG.
That engage from Xiao was not what they were looking for. Swift goes in and knocks Qiao, of all people, into the Gangplank ultimate. That is not the way that combo is meant to go between these two champions. And that is a big factor. It starts the fight off. TCT super low, and now they're just going to go straight onto this Baron instead.
Yeah, IG are going to cream this Baron as well. So much damage in this team comp here, and it dies pretty much before anyone can get close to the area. Invictus Gaming, all of a sudden, we talked about definitive leads. Well, now they have one.
Yeah, this is huge for Invictus Gaming. 5,500 gold, Baron buff, and 2 dragons. With Empowered Recall, they're going to finish off a couple more additional items and start heading to take that dragon number 3. Xiao, they're going to need to get comfortable because they're going to find themselves defending their base pretty soon.
I understand the need to fight for the dragon. It was very early to get that 3rd dragon if they got it at that fight point. But really, they don't need to. If they can control the map, they've got a double teleport comp. Why do they have to fight for an objective? I understand Gangplank is strong. Lulu's really good at zone control. Gangplank and Alistar can be an overbearing frontline for your team. Speaking of...
Catch on to TNT. Perhaps no, it's Giddies that's caught out. TCT is low. He will die there. It's a tie. Going to clean up Kog'Maw. Goodbye.
Oh, man, that poor Kog'Maw did not stand a chance. And looks like Xiao were caught a bit unawares in this bottom lane. Kitties did get overzealous and die for it, but one tier 1 goes down. There's no one in position to defend this tier 2. It's going to be crushed by the onslaught of IG.
Can I just point out why we might have a quick break, although IG are continuing to push in. Might have to save it for a second. The Kegs are going to clean some things out, but IG, they are not done. They're going to cream down another turret. This Baron buff yields a lot of value. It's a tie. He wants in. His ult's almost back off cooldown, but IG going to break the bottom side.
Yeah, they just took down 3 turrets and the inhibitor, barely pausing for a breath. Xiao, they might get this tier 1.
Yeah, they'll get it.
Yeah.
He's going to bubble it.
I'm helping.
I mean, he didn't have teleport, so he could not join the bottom lane.
There was just nothing they could do, right? They're still waiting for that last Infinity Edge, which is completed for Doinby as of right now. They're still waiting on that Blade of the Ruined King because the QSS was rushed from TNT. So these items that they got spikes from with the Trinity Force, they lost the fight at the Trinity Force spike, and then they waited a very long time. They put themselves in a trough because of their itemization past that point.
And that was sort of the thing I wanted to mention. Sorry, the thing I wanted to mention before, as IG certainly are playing very well now with a massive gold lead. Oh, good Gromp take there by Swift. Is actually this man here, Zatai. We've seen them hover Riven time and time again. We talked about the swap up being really clever as far as matchups go, but Zatai's had a fantastic game, and his Riven mechanics are so crisp.
Yeah, some really clean play from Zatai, single-handedly splitting to look for another tier 2, pulls a response from Xiao, which is going to buy them time now to push down this mid lane for the next inhibitor. I believe that's tier 2. And Zatai, that Riven cannot be allowed to go through. How does this man play Fiora, Riven, and Shen all to such perfection?
Oh, I'll tell you how. V actually the one in trouble. Great combo, absolutely sick. I love Zatai's Riven. This is amazing.
It's just destroyed.
So smooth.
Oh, every time V has been really struggling in laning phase lately. He has not found any strength, and he's up against these people. And keep in mind, V's inclined to tanks.
Yep.
He's always performed better on tanks, but now he's against kill lanes, against Fioras, Rivens, Gangplanks. He's had to change his champion pool to suit, and he's starting to really struggle in comparison.
It's also a Lulu that got lane swapped on versus the Riven. Just not the same jungle presence in the early stages, so it's certainly tough. Qiao, for me, are a team that I think act a lot better in standard lanes than IG. Exploiting it with the early lane swap and drop ahead to a huge lead at this point. 8,000 gold ahead now.
This is going to be hard for Xiao to come back from. You can see they've got TNT farming up as best he can, but he has been caught out of position. Rookie, that's the kill.
Qiao didn't even ulti. Didn't need to, exactly.
No point using that ultimate on someone with a QSS when you've got a Victor to instantly... Wow, that was a crit.
Damage, kid. Needs to flash crit, almost. gets the kill. Kitty's now going to get knocked back in as the ulti does come out. Flash out Sam behind me is enough to save him, and now Rookie run the backside, but he gets ulti back into Ty. Now going to make him jump forward. Decent ult there through a couple members there as the Ty gets polymorphed and exhausted. They're still kiting around. Doinby will get the first kill there, and he's going to look for a couple more. Qiao, very tanky Rookie, a little too deep. Going to go down to Swift and QG, fighting in and amongst the chaos as the Ty is still running in. He's got the first kill onto Doinby, got the double. Now going to try and find the triple as he dives forward, is forcing the flash away from TCT.
Fights like this is what wins Xiaogu games, and they have no right to win fights at this point. But time and again, they just find it out of nowhere. Thin air presents itself, and they take it. And they win a fight. They're missing their bottom lane inhibitor. They're missing TNT. And it's over-aggression from Invictus Gaming more than anything else. Their confidence shone through. It bit them in the bum. Them in the bum.
But that's Xiaogu. They wait for these situations to happen, and they always happen.
Well, unfortunately couldn't quite get the clean team fight there. So they're still going to fall further and further behind in gold. They are 9,000 gold behind now. And Dragon 4 is going to be up in 55 seconds for IG. So running out of things to give away on the map here. IG at this point looking to take the major buffs back down and then push in for maybe one last blow. TCT caught out IG with Ashes, plenty of slow. Swift going to try and make the difference as the rest of the team are now joining in. Doinby going to pop the ulti down. Rookie, though, already takes out Swift. The arrow's down. Doinby gets the kill, but the Ty is right in the middle of him. Actually already dead as the kill did come out for Gangplank. Now Qiao's going to drop down as well, but the damage is already done. IG's carries just too much DPS.
Way too many damages.
Yep.
So many damages. Xiaogu, they're just left running away right now. TNT.
He's dead. Goodbye, TNT.
You're on a lonely journey.
Oh, Flash is going to buy him some time for the rest of his team to respawn. Eventually, he's going to be caught, but he's bought enough time for his team to survive for now. Just think, that could have been an inhibitor that IG took.
That's true.
Definitely could be. It was a lot of time that was wasted. It's in time for the 4th Dragon, though. So Invictus Gaming, no shortage of win conditions.
Yes.
Keep that well and truly in mind, as their Riven, who has shown he's not invincible.
No. Actually, pretty squishy.
Yeah.
Very, very human.
And even Qiao with his relatively good set of tank items. Got pretty quickly there. Doinby, we've seen this every time from the Gangplank. Do not sleep on the amount of damage that Gangplank will do once he has 2+ items.
I can tell you right now that he just wants crit.
Yeah, he's going back in. Ooh, Phantom Dancer coming.
Yeah.
Baron now looks to be the setup for IG. They're grouped around the pit with vision and complete control. Grouped as 5. Xiaogu try to find a way in, trying even to steal the shrine away from Qiao. Their inhibitor has respawned in the bottom lane, so shoot. I've got some time. The arrow comes across. TCT tanks it. TNT's kiting on the side, trying to get through the tank like Qiao takes so much. TNT gets the cleanse. Doinby dropping the AoE. It's such a tight choke, but they can't quite finish anyone off. TCT finally falls. That's the tank gone from Xiaogu, and IG start up the Baron.
And yet again, Invictus Gaming, they've just got strength in numbers. They're all so strong. The Baron's getting low.
Yeah, they are going to try and take it out here. Zatai does have his teleport, but he hasn't used it quite yet. The Baron does fall to Ash as Kid's able to take it away, and now he's going to pop the TP. Home guard his way forward. Who's he going to look for? It will be V. Just missing that knockout. The slow was good from TNT's Voidoos, and Doinby still firing away. He does do damage. He's got a keg, but they take it out. Qiao swipes the next one as well, and Rookie laces him right through the face. GP will die. Rookie gonna flash forward onto TNT, and good luck living through the Rylas. He picks up the double. Qiao's gonna look for the last one. Kitty's, or V, sorry, might have looked to get away, but IG is hunting them down.
Zatai's got a flank from the looks of it, but he's so fast.
Whimsy.
Yeah, one by one like dominoes. Xiaogu fall. They're not able to find the cohesive team fight. Swift and TCT trying as best they can, but oh, Zatai getting a bit cheeky here. He finds Swift in the face. Stun. He's going to knock him in, and Swift will go down.
That was a really good attempt at a cancel. Oh my god, the arrow hits V as TCT is now under fire, but he pops his ulti and he'll be okay. Very almost stops the Ty's ulti by trying to like Gragas ult him away in a random direction, hoping he would use it.
It's almost like a say thank you, Zatai. Swift has knocked you next to him. So unlucky stuff there, but as you said, getting picked off one at a time. Xiaogu don't have an answer right now to anything that Invictus Gaming can offer. 12-1-6 is this victor.
And they're not stopping. Doinby actually going to try and find a
Wow.
catch here. Huge keg. Going to take out Kitties, and Qiao, he's going to get slowed down and killed as well. Good picks there from Xiaogu.
Again, Xiaogu pulled these picks out of mid-air. They were just losing. They lost 4 dragons. They've lost 2 barons. Their inhibitor is bare. IG take a single moment to catch their breath, and Xiaogu strike back.
And this is what we've seen from Xiaogu time and
Wow.
time again. As Rookie tries to make a big play. He's going to get kegged.
Oh
Huge damage
God.
from the gangplank.
Oh,
Oh, my
the
God.
turn.
Bigger damage from Victor. As now Zatai's going to chase him down. Flash into the wild growth, denies that ribbon. And Swift going to slow them down. They need to keep running, though. The damage is there. Kid doesn't quite have his ulti back up yet. He might have it now. The wind slash is used. Arrows out. It misses. They're going to go back in. Zatai is dead. Xiaogu fighting again.
Again, they're fighting back. They're dodging forward now. Kid is caught. He's taking so much damage and is destroyed. And member by member of IG are flooding in. But it is not enough. They lost Doinby, but Xiaogu win the fight.
If Rookie was dead, that could have been the game turned around. But Rookie is well and truly alive. He instantly killed Doinby and almost took out the other 2 as like a side effect of the initial target that he was searching for. Invictus Gaming with a lot of hiccups, mistakes that should not be happening on their part. But Xiaogu, as per usual, capitalize on that perfectly. They find the needle in a haystack time and again.
They always do it. And I guess my question has to be, especially if they lose this game, if you're so good at late game team fighting and thriving in the chaos, why not just get to the chaos in a little bit more of an even game?
Because they're losing lane. That is the honest answer. They are just losing to the point where the chaos doesn't come out until 30-odd minutes when Invictus Gaming have 4 dragons, the next one up in a minute. They're so far ahead it doesn't matter.
Oh, the Doinby kegs. This is a very similar looking setup. Was it even, I think it was for the 5th dragon as well, where Pawn hit that huge kegger onto IG. They don't. They know what it's like to face check at Gangplank's kegs.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minute until that dragon number 5 spawns. Xiaogu, well aware of it, are already grouped up in front of the pit, fighting for vision, fighting for control of the area, while Zatai splits on the opposite side of the map. IG, how do they respond?
He is so fast. Qiao's got his dead man's plate on Skarner as well, so the fastest scuttle crab to ever exist.
It's actually a really smart bit of map awareness as well.
They just gave up a tier 2.
Yeah, that's bad, but they swooped in to steal out the kegs. And IG, realistically, are actually just pushing down mid lane.
Ash Arrow stopped the recall.
Yeah,
Qiao's there.
Xiaogu are split right now. They're turning now onto TCT. He's forced to use the ultimate sacrificial ox, I believe. Yeah, he's going to be caught out, but Rookie takes a cask. He flashes away. This could be a tricky situation. He's CC'd, but finally turns around with so much AoE. Doinby flashes out of the wind slash. Zatai gets out with his life. Kitties is caught in the face of TNT and gets shredded down. The supports never stood a chance, but now TNT is caught. The Rylai slows him down. The laser is not enough. He survives to the wolves and gets out with his life, but Kid in the meanwhile getting a massive 2 kills with Qiao. Doinby and TNT again, the sole survivors.
Just casually in the base now as we move back in. QG still holding on, but IG is starting to break down more structures. TNT actually gets caught by the minion wave. They know he's not going to be back anytime soon. And as the dust settles in, a huge amount of chaos, and IG finally come out on top.
If you put that much emphasis on a dragon, you're going to just bleed objectives. And that is exactly what Xiaogu did right there. All of their vision, all of their control was around denying the 5th dragon. Well, that 5th dragon is now available, and you've lost 2 inhibitors for your attempt to deny it in the first place.
Oh, it's being chunked out so fast. Let's see if the keg can take it. It does not indeed. Doinby uses the cannon barrage to buy his team some time, but he takes so much damage. Rookie, what are you doing?
Full build Victor is what he's doing. Doinby should know how this works because he has played a lot of Victor in his lifetime. Luden's Echo, Rylai's, Rabadon's Void Stuff, perfect hex score is not a joke.
Oh no. 13-1-8. This Victor is a monster.
Gross.
I think we said it already at the top of this particular set, but Rookie is pretty good at League of Legends.
Yeah.
And he's been playing pretty well as well.
It's good to see him on a control mage that is genuinely carrying, because in the games they were losing, he just wasn't getting the kills. Well, he's getting the kills right now. And
yeah.
if you actually look at the kill spread on Invictus Gaming, it's near perfect.
Pretty gorgeous. 8 kills for Riven, 6 kills for Ash, and the casual 13 for the mid laner in Rookie, with a huge amount of assists for the Braum, Skarner, and the Ash, who's effectively more of a support in this game anyway. IG have a monumental lead, and Xiao can have to throw everything they have to try and defend this game. It's Qiao's just hunting them.
Man. 5 dragons, 17,000 gold, 2 inhibitors. Invictus Gaming are shoving into Xiaogu's base. There's 1 inhibitor standing, but not for long, with IG trying to burn down through them. Looks like V might have been caught as Qiao zones him away. That inhibitor is about to go down as well. Yeah, 3 inhibitors down now.
Just another bait there, Rookie. Too juicy of a target. And Xiao try and take him out 5v1, or 5v2 with Qiao there as well. And ZIG again take the objective. Xiao have 2 turrets left to defend and 1 Nexus.
If they had a needle in a haystack teamfight before, it's now a needle in like a hay farm or something. I don't even know.
Hay ocean?
Yeah.
Oh, Arrow threads the needle onto TNT, but he dodges around to the side. It's not the engage IG we're looking for, but they've still got 5 dragons. They've got some time.
So hit his QSS there, I think. So checks off that one, but he's going to eat the next engage if he does get tagged. Hit his though with no ulti, and IG just don't care. They're happy to siege at this point, because Xiao are forced to fight them now.
Much damage. Nexus turret number 1 goes down. Doinby cannot find an avenue of entry. TCT's even getting chunked out with his elixir of iron. And IG, they are so hungry for this win. They are so hungry for entry to Worlds.
Victor with a Dragon 5
Just
and
disgusting.
full build is obnoxious to watch. And I mean, we're comparing this to a Gangplank on the enemy team. It is obnoxious to watch.
I mean, Doinby's trying to do what he can with the clearance, but he can't quite get that TCT. One more play. Rookie gets exhausted.
Rookie's
he will
dead.
go down. They do get the key kill, but Riven's already taken out 1. Doinby's going to fall there as well. There are plenty of carries left on the back lines. And Invictus Gaming take 4 for 1, and they'll take the Nexus in game number 1.
Victus Gaming. They don't look like slowing down after a game like that. 33 kills in a single game and a 20k gold lead. That's a game 1 in a best-of-5 series
That was
if you want.
Bloodthirsty IG.
This was amazing. You know, at that last team fight, they finally got Rookie. The 4-man pulverized. They knocked him back in. You can see him smiling despite that final death at the end. He's probably looking at the damage Delta champion.
Oh,
stat.
yeah.
But that was the story of the game. It was just too little, too late for Xiaogu. They finally found the team fights that they were looking for, but it was too late. They lost objectives. They finally found Rookie in that team fight, but it was too late. They lost their Nexus. They need to be more proactive in this next game.
I think it comes back to losing lane. A lot of the issues that they're currently being presented with right